There are some things that women do that men can never understand. This is because women think completely different than men. And this is especially true when it comes to relationships and love. But it's not their fault. It's just how they're wired. So make sure you stay tuned. Also, if you want to become irresistible to women, you need to stay tuned. Because I upload a video every single day that will make you a better man. And the problem is that most men try to analyze women like they would a business transaction or a legal case. Women will never admit when they're wrong because it's simply not in their nature. Now, there might be some exceptions to this rule, but 99% of women will never admit when they're wrong. This is because they believe that they're always right and that men are always wrong. Now, obviously, this isn't true because both men and women can be right and wrong, but women don't see it this way. Women are not here to help you grow as a person. You should never expect a woman to be faithful to you, and that's because they simply don't have that kind of loyalty towards anyone. And it doesn't matter if you're the greatest guy in the world, women will always be unfaithful to you, and that's just how they're wired. Now, obviously there might be some exceptions to this rule, but 99% of women will cheat on you, and that's simply how they're programmed. So don't ever expect a woman to be loyal to you because they're not. That's your responsibility. Women are here to help you become a better lover, but that's it. But it is important to remember that these are just generalizations, and that not all women are like this. However, I can guarantee you that you'll see these traits in at least 90% of women out there. Now, the reason why I made this video is because I want you to be aware of these things before you get hurt. I do not want you to be one of those guys who gets used and abused by women because that's what they after. But by knowing these 8 things, you can protect yourself and avoid the pitfalls that most men fall into. So make sure you keep them in mind. And that's why you should never expect a woman to help you grow as a person. You must take that responsibility yourself. And this is especially important in the modern world, where everyone is trying to cancel men. You must be willing to fight for yourself and become the best version of yourself. And no woman will respect you unless you're willing to do this. And that's why you should never expect a woman to admit when she's wrong. Men always think that women care about what they say or what they think. But that's actually not true. Think about it for a second. This is simply how they're built, and it's nothing personal against you. For example, let us say you and your girlfriend are watching a movie, and you both want to watch something different. Well, instead of asking you what you want to watch, she will always prioritize herself and simply choose what she wants to watch. And that's how it is in every situation. So if you're ever in a situation where you have to make a decision, just know that she will always prioritize herself. And that's why you should do the same. Do you really care what other women think about you? Similar to the last point, women will never make sacrifices for you. And that's because they simply don't have that kind of love for anyone. Now, again, there might be some exceptions to this rule, but 99% of women won't make sacrifices for the people in their lives. And that's simply how they're wired. Now, this doesn't mean that they don't care about you. It's just that they're not willing to sacrifice their own happiness for you. The answer is probably no. Because if someone doesn't directly affect you in some way, then you don't care what they think. And women are the exact same. Now, this is probably the hardest pill for men to swallow, but it's the truth. Women don't respect men, and that's because they know that men are weak. And yes, I said it. Men are weak. Men are emotional beings who cry, get sad, get angry, and break down. But women are logical and rational, and they know that they're stronger than men. But as a man, you shouldn't see this as a bad thing. Instead, you should see it as a challenge to become a better man. You see, we all have our own opinions and thoughts and ideas about the world, but in reality, they don't matter. Only what you personally decide to do with them matters. So women have millions of opinions and thoughts and ideas about men, but the only one that matters is her action. That's why you should never waste time analyzing or overthinking what a woman says. Instead, focus on what she does. But you can't use that kind of logic with women because it simply doesn't work. That is why 99% of guys end up getting dumped by their girl or simply friend zone and never get the girl of their dreams. But we gone, nah, change that today because I am gone, nah, reveal to you 8 of the most painful truths about women that men never learn. If a woman could be brutally honest with you, she would get destroyed. Most women couldn't be honest about how they feel without hurting your feelings, and that's because you're a man. And most women know that men can't handle the truth. In fact, most men can't handle the truth. That's why most men avoid it at all costs. They don't want to hear the truth because they'd rather live in their fantasy world. But you shouldn't be like those men because you're not like them. As a man, you should always be able to handle the truth, even if it hurts. Because once you can accept the truth, you can move forward and make real progress in your life. But most men are too scared to face reality, and so they stay in their fantasy world forever, and that's why they fail. No. 1. She doesn't really care about your opinion. No. 2. She won't be honest with you. Number 3. She will never admit when she's wrong. No. 4. She won't prioritize you. Even if a woman loves you, she still won't prioritize you because women prioritize themselves first. No. She won't make sacrifices for you. No. 6. She won't respect you. Number 7. She won't help you grow. Number 8. She won't be faithful to you. Now, this might be the most shocking truth about women, but it's also the most important. Now, these are just 8 of the many painful truths about women that men never learn. With that said, you guys are awesome. And until next time, thanks for watching.